Are you a gamer looking for your clan? If you answered yes, there's a place absolutely perfect for you. It's called Clan Finder, online at clanfinder.gg. The website was founded by gamers who were committed to keeping the site updated with the latest titles, adding new features to further assist in advertising your community across the globe, and bringing on gaming studios that want to give back to their players. Helping support charities from around the world, Clan Finder helps gaming communities promote their organizations to fellow gamers who are looking for a place to call home. Long gone are the days when you had to scour forums, stem discussions, and sketchy websites to find a new gaming clan. Go to clanfinder.gg and search for your clan today. Clanfinder.gg.
This is WWE superstar Drew McIntyre, and you're listening to the WWE Podcast.
The one that everybody wants, me.
Becky Lynch is going to WrestleMania. Claymore!
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. This is my iron. You're going to acknowledge me.
All right, everybody, welcome to the WWE Podcast Mailbag for this now Thursday, October 6th, 2022. Thank you, everybody, for joining me, and we've got Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan who will be joining us to do the mailbag email portion. I'll be doing the voicemails in just a second, because the best part of this is, of course, Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan, who I really appreciate every 4 to 5 weeks coming on here and doing what they do. And we'll get to that in just a minute. I have a quick announcement. Tomorrow we will be doing the preview and prediction show for Extreme Rules, and it'll be a live show. I tweeted out the link. I tweeted out the number at wrestling_audio. You can check it out there if you want to participate in what I think is going to be a pretty decent show, and a show that I think is going to overachieve. We will take calls and take your thoughts. So check that out. If you don't know, we're on Blog Talk Radio. We just started over the Mailbag 100 show, and then I'm going to make it maybe a little bit of a regular thing. It's fun. So I'll take live calls, and it'll be maybe an hour or so, and it'll be fun. So also, I noticed some breaking news here. Jimmy Smith now gone from WWE. Monday Night Raw, voice of Monday Night Raw. I'm neutral on this, and I'm not wishing for anybody to lose their job, and I never did. And I felt Jimmy Smith was just kind of this wallpaper houseplant type of announcer on Raw. He didn't do a bad job. I don't think he did a great job. He wasn't overly enthusiastic, or he didn't really do it for me, but I didn't hate him. He was just there. He's like a 5 out of 10 for me. Didn't love him, didn't hate him, and I wish him the absolute best in whatever he does next. He seems like a genuinely good guy. It's just, for me, it didn't stir my drink, so to speak. And they moved on, and it seems as if Triple H has taken a different approach to the Monday Night Raw team, shaking up the pay-per-view teams, the Raw, the NXT teams as well. I think the pay-per-view team is Cole and Graves, and SmackDown is Pat McAfee's not back, but when he is, he'll be back on there, I'm sure. And so I'll have to see who's on Raw. I know somebody out there is yelling it. I'll have to say, I forget who's the Monday Night Raw team now, but Jimmy Smith is gone, and that's okay, because I don't think fans were in love nor hated him, and that's an okay spot to be. It is, and he's going to have a great podcast career, or if he wants to, I don't know, do another play-by-play with another professional sport, UFC or football, whatever. I'm sure he'd do great. He's got a decent voice. He does. So, okay. Well, that said, I want to just jump into the email, or rather the voicemails, because we do have a few of them. And let's get into Mr. DJ Kuzmo. Take it away.
Hello, WWE Podcast World. This is DJ Kuzmo back at it again, but this time not on a Tuesday evening, but on a beautiful Wednesday morning. And I will get to why I am here on a Wednesday morning. A quick shout out to Kanye Twitty for bringing me on the WTFW podcast last week. It was a blast. I enjoyed my time there, and it was my first ever podcast show, and thank goodness for Kanye Twitty. So shout out to Kanye Twitty and the WTFW podcast. But before we get to why I'm here on a Wednesday morning, first I gotta say, did y'all see that segment on Monday Night Raw when Sami Zayn says, when he was talking in, backstage with the Usos, well, before Jey Uso came on, he was like, "Oh, where's my dogs? Where's my dogs?" And he was like, "My dog is right here. You looking at him?" I had to laugh and laugh and laugh because I don't know about y'all. If you saw Solo Sikoa's face, he kind of broke character by also cracking up when Sami Zayn made that joke backstage. But other than that, shout out to Detroit Kyle. Shout out to Kanye Tootie because I'm going to bring out the Hit Row. And of course, every single Friday night on SmackDown, we get to see what's going on with the Hit Row. But what's going on with Hit Row? We got B-Fab. We got Top Dollar. But who is Ashanti the Adonis? He's like the guy that we don't even know anything about. He's there, but is he there? Who is Ashanti the Adonis? What is he about? I know he's part of the Hit Row, but we still don't know who he is. It would be awesome to see some sort of mic time for this guy. It would be awesome to see if he gets a little offense here and there, because every time when Hit Row has a match, Top Dollar is the one that's being featured. What about Ashanti the Adonis? Come on, creative. Put some sort of mix in the storyline, mix in the matches to have Ashanti the Adonis get some I guess you could say momentum, get some offense in these tag team matches, or have a singles match, or whatever the case may be. But last and certainly not least, the reason why I am here on a beautiful Wednesday morning is for my boy who finally showed up. The rumors were true that he finally showed up on NXT last night. I'm talking about my boy, Veer Mahan. He was back on NXT in a nice little backstage segment as Sanga was talking to a wrestler backstage. Lo and behold, we got the face-off, the reunion of the Indashir. That's right, I'm talking about Sanga and Veer Mahan together again in the NXT Tag Team division. I am so excited to see where this goes because it looks like Veer Mahan and Sanga are baby faces. So you know what that means. We're gonna have a good old-fashioned babyface tag team on NXT. With that being said, sorry for going over the time. This is DJ Kuzmo. Have a blessed week. Stay blessed, y'all. Peace.
Well, welcome back, Mr. DJ. It's good to hear from you on the Mailbag. I didn't forget you this week, and I hope to hear from you soon. And look, Veer Mahan, first of all, it's good to hear the Veer Mahan report. I have missed it. Many of us have been waiting with bated breath to see what's going on with the Veer Mahan report, what's going on with his career. I know it personally affects a lot of our listeners, and it's an important part of our weekly routine to know what's going on, and to hear that he's going to be in a babyface team in NXT. I think that's great. I mean, I'm not being facetious about that one. I really do hope his career does do something other than just the cervical clutch, which is all he did when he was on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that's great. I really do enjoy these as much as I sound like I'm being a sarcastic D-bag. I really do. Now, as far as the whole deal with Ashanti the Adonis, I don't even know what that means. I like Hit Row. They're energetic. Top Dolla's got. First of all, Top Dollar is a cool name. I like that. B-Fab, again, I'm assuming it stands for Be Fabulous. But I really don't quite know what Ashanti the Adonis is. Is that a knockoff of a musician, of a movie star, an athlete? I don't know what it's supposed to even mean. I'm trying to decode it. If someone out there can even tell me what that means, much less have him even talk right now. I'm just talking about his name, the name itself. It's Ashanti the Adonis. What's an Adonis? I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm not up with the cool kids at school. I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody can tell me. But outside of that, outside of his name that's puzzling is, yeah, you're right. Like, they haven't even given him nearly a single word outside of maybe when they got reintroduced, when Triple H brought him back and they came out and did a bit of a rap. He got, a couple minutes or so, maybe. But as far as character development goes, yeah, nothing. I mean, it's not even momentum. He's not even in the starting blocks, much less momentum. I mean, we don't even know who he is, what his name means. Yeah, we've got nothing from him other than he's in a charismatic babyface group that has potential, but they haven't done much with them yet. And we don't know anything about BFAB either. I mean, you could put BFAB in that same category. What is she? Just like a Bianca Belair ripoff? I mean, that's what it looks like right now, but I'm sure there's more to her. So, yeah, there's definitely needs to be some kind of character development with Hit Row. No doubt about it, other than just Hit Row and, Top Dollar does his 3-man spot every single match. Again, I'm not down on them. I'm high on them, but it is a bit stagnant. So thank you, buddy. And let's get to that next voicemail.
Hey, guys. Hey, Matt. Brad in New York. I know this is, probably not applicable to most of the audience, and most people will probably say, oh, who cares, this guy, whatever. I have to say, with all these clues and QR codes and all the unbelievably dark and creepy stuff that WWE is putting out there right now, they have to be very, very careful. Very careful, because, this morning my daughter comes to me and she's trying to research the QR code and what it meant and from last night, and she comes across something that she's looking at on the internet, and they had a cartoon character of a pig playing a flute, like Porky Pig or whatever. And then they have a bunch of videos of dead pigs and pigs being slaughtered, like actual pigs being slaughtered, and, blood and this and that. You have these coordinates that are pointing to these certain areas on Google Maps that are showing, dead, dismembered bunnies. That White Rabbit song, I have to be honest with you, if anyone loves that group, Jefferson, whatever, I'm sorry if anyone loves that and is really enamored with that, but that song is the creepiest thing I've ever heard. It's almost beyond horror movie level creepy, that song. And all I'm saying is that WWE needs to be very careful, because yes, we have the people like some of the people that listen to this podcast or the independent wrestling community or whatever that, they love, the darkness and the this and the that. But you have a lot of kids that like this product, and you have a lot of families that like this product. And every time I've been to a WWE show, I've seen tons of families with young kids and, teenagers and 11-year-olds and whatever. And that is part of their audience. And you want to be very careful about alienating them from the product with extremely violent and creepy and scary imagery. And I get it. Bray Wyatt's coming back. Do we have to have dead animals? Do we have to have, fine. Like, he's coming back. You can have some sort of, stuff, but it doesn't need to be to that level, in my opinion. And it's just bothering me, and I'd like your take on it. Well, thanks a lot. I've been listening. Sorry I haven't been calling in much, and I've been enjoying the show.
All right, Brad. Good points. No one's brought this up to me yet. I know what the QR codes are pointing to. And first of all, let me just say, if it's not Bray Wyatt, people are going to lose their minds. There's really almost nothing they could deliver on that would be better or surpass the expectations of Bray Wyatt. It has to be, right? So first and foremost, let me just say that the imagery is disturbing. Even as an adult, do I want to see dead animals, slaughtered animals? Do I want to listen to music that is, some people may view as satanic in nature or cult-like in nature? No. Sometimes, sometimes WWE and any form of entertainment can exceed what it needs to. It can go beyond what it needs to in a way that's disturbing, and it doesn't need to reach its desired effect. And in this case, yeah, they do need to be careful, because the kids have phones. Right? The kids have phones, and they know how to use QR codes, and they're probably smarter than a lot of their parents with their phones, which is what scares the hell out of me when I have, when my kids get older. I really don't want them having an iPhone. Whole nother topic. Maybe I'll put that on my after show or something like that. But here's the thing, this isn't really a defense of that, really. It's more of a, I guess, a reasoning for what they're doing and why that's, maybe a little bit more than what it should be. With WWE's rumored TV 14 transition, maybe they're easing into it, and they had TV PG for 12 years more, since 07, 08, 14 years. So they thought, they in their minds, they kind of created that next generation of fans, which they hope are older, and they're maybe trying to dip into that teenage, early adult group again, that demographic, which is maybe why they're doing TV 14. No, they're not there yet. Okay, they're not there yet with TV 14. We know that, and who knows if they actually still do it. But maybe this is a part of their transition into TV 14. And in that case, then okay, what we saw and what we heard is more of TV 14 categorically than the TV PG. Okay, so maybe that's what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Honestly, like, when you look at this, and I'm not getting religious or anything on anybody, that's not the purpose of this. But since you brought it up, the darkness and some kind of the disturbing imagery, you could say, it's pro wrestling, and you could say it's just entertainment, and it is. But at the same time, the Fiend character is demonic, right? It's it's demonic in nature, its look, its actions, how it speaks. A lot of what Bray Wyatt used and said was taken out of context from like biblical text. And it's, again, I'm not sitting here criticizing, like, standing on high or something, or on my own mountain of omnipotence. I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying that, if someone were to come in and dissect this from a religious perspective, a lot of this is rooted in evil, like actual evil. And that they would argue that, look, some of this is, the perfect plan if you're an evil entity to make it innocent. And while it's just pro wrestling, but they plant something in your mind, even though it's entertainment, it still plants something real in your mind, and it desensitizes you. And it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting way deeper than I need to, but that's a good point, Brad. And, before I continue rambling and ranting, thanks for listening, and let's get to that next voicemail.
Hey, it's Kyle from Baltimore. So I wanted to talk about this whole Bray Wyatt situation. Like, for me, I'm not a Bray Wyatt fan. I personally don't know what people see in Bray Wyatt, but to each their own, I guess. But I just find the guy completely not all that interesting, especially as the Fiend. I think him, if it is Wyatt coming back, he should never be the Fiend ever again, because that character doesn't work. Because he either looks super dominant and ends up being someone who doesn't feel any pain, or he loses and everyone else is going to be upset. Either way, people are going to be not all that happy, really, no matter which way it is, if he ends up being the Fiend again. And that character should not exist anymore. So if it's Wyatt, because it comes back, he should not be the Fiend anymore. And involving Alexa Bliss into it again, I kind of don't want to see it. What Alexa do her thing by herself. If she wants to be a heel again, I think that's fine with me, because she's a better heel. I felt like her time as the goddess character was, I think Alexa Bliss as the goddess was the best Alexa Bliss, I think. So if we go back to that, that's great. So I don't know if she's going to incorporate herself into the Raw Women's Championship match. Looks like that's what it leads to. Probably it'll lead to that finish between Bianca and Bayley. And so we'll see what happens on Saturday, but that's what two sets of Alexa and Wyatt. I just don't, what is Wyatt going to be doing when he comes back, and looking forward to Alexa turning heel. So that's what two sets on those two situations, but that's the additional call. Bye.
Okay, so let me think about this. Bray Wyatt doesn't come back as the Fiend. So what does he come back as? I guess that's the question. And I don't know. The Fiend worked to some extent. Of course, the ending of it and the Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins were absolute just disasters. I mean, WrestleMania with Orton and Hell in a Cell with Seth were just record-breakingly, stunningly bad from just every perspective and every measure. But to say that the Fiend doesn't work, or that would suggest that he wasn't successful, and I would really argue against that, only because the Fiend was, I mean, getting pops like, he was the face of the show, or the face of the company. He was selling merchandise like at a crazy pace. That's all people talked about for months and months. And yes, I think he got overexposed, and at times his no selling gimmick was not good, to the point of unbelievability. But I think that if he came back as the Fiend and just came back exactly as that, it would work for a little while. But I think people hope and expect something a little bit different, a twist on it. Maybe it just comes back as just Wyndham, or some kind of even more twisted version of the Fiend. Who knows? But the fact remains that Bray Wyatt's going to come back as some kind of twisted character. Like, that's nearly guaranteed. But Bray, with Alexa Bliss, if she goes back into the fold, I hope she doesn't. Now, Alexa Bliss as a heel is fine. If you're saying the goddess just turns heel and she's just this obnoxious, snotty goddess, because I call myself a goddess. I mean, the problem with that is, been there, done that. I feel like she'd be kind of reverting back to just something she's already done. And I don't know if I necessarily want that. Now, if I'm given the choice between that version of Alexa Bliss and the one we're getting now, where it's kind of wishy-washy and we don't know who or what she is, she doesn't get a ton of promo time, then I'd go with the former, right? Like, I'd go with the version that gives her more airtime, more matches, maybe a potential run at the Raw Women's Championship. Yes, I would choose that every day, twice on Sunday. But I still, if I had the perfect world, would find something that works for Alexa that's an evolution of her character that doesn't involve hocus pocus. And when the Fiend comes back, maybe they have a run-in, as kind of like a throwback to like a wink and a nod to when they were together. But I don't want her being put under the bippity boppity boo spell of the Fiend again. Like, I think that would really set her back again. Okay, I don't want that, because it's so just overwhelming for her character that she's just the sidekick of the Fiend. She doesn't have her own storyline, and she didn't really have her own storyline when she was part of the Fiend's spell, under the spell of the Fiend. She didn't have a direction. She was in the Women's Royal Rumble and was about to transition into her, going Kamehameha, Dragon Ball Z fans out there, and somebody stopped her, and that was that. And I actually predicted that year that she would win it. She didn't. And she never won the Raw Women's Championship as that character. She was more just spinning nursery rhymes backstage and acting creepy and sitting on a swing, or sending fireballs into Randy Orton's face, which, hocus pocus here and there is okay, but it became way too much for too long. And then, of course, the winking Lily doll that Shayna Baszler was, got put under some kind of also magical spell backstage, where everyone disappeared and she was in some kind of, county fair funhouse where she couldn't find her way out, and Lily was there. It was so stupid. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So I don't want her going back to any of that. I just want her to have a natural evolution of a mature character, whether it's babyface or heel. Don't go back to the hocus pocus. For me, I don't want that with Alexa Bliss. But yeah, so cool. Thanks, Kyle. Let's get to our next voicemail here.
Hello, everybody. Rocky T from Houston, Texas, checking in once again. I already left my email for Mr. and Mrs. Casual Fan, but I got some few things to talk about here with you, Matt, and everybody else. First and foremost, your boy from Houston is going to the Royal Rumble 2023. Got my tickets. Be driving down to San Antonio for that. So excited. I would so like to be the inside man, the inside eyes and ears for everybody. I'll be sending pics and updates about that when it happens. All right, so what we got here? Oh, yeah, so I think I called it a few weeks ago, one of my mailbag entries, when I said that Survivor Series should be facelifted with the War Games match, and we're getting it. So, credit for that. Last week's mailbag, somebody mentioned about a ladder match between Roman and Seth, where they would both hold a title at the top of the ladder, fall down with the respective title, and then that's how they would do a split. I really like that idea. So whoever came up with that, kudos to you. I want to touch real quick on the Logan Paul match. I get it, he's only had 2 matches. He's not deserving. A lot of people will see it that way. But after all, it is a universal championship. It is a WWE championship as well. But if you look at it in terms of being an undisputed title, well, if he's a champion of the universe, you should take on all comers from all walks of life. If that means a YouTube star with a combat background, then take him on. If it means a UFC star, then take him on. If it's a former football player who wants to turn pro and wants a title shot, give it to him. Being champ of the universe is not just champ of the WWE. So let's get that belt off of Roman and keep him with the universal streak going. What else? If they weren't going to split the titles, which I don't think they should, honestly, the one guy left that hasn't been brought up that could beat Roman, it would have to depart your AEW, but you bring back Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose to be the one to defeat Roman. I think we would hear the loudest pop that any of us have ever heard for the last 25 years of wrestling. That's just a little thought that I had. I saw Dean Ambrose's contract is expiring this year, 2022, but he's going to plan to resign, but you never know. Triple H could talk him into coming over. I guess that's going to do it for now. Everybody have a good week, and everybody enjoy Extreme Rules.
All right, Rocky T. First of all, a lot of jealousy happening over here. You're going to the Rumble. It's going to be a massive Royal Rumble. I think there's going to be some surprise returns. I mean, well, Cody Rhodes, who has been rumored to return at the Rumble since the day he got injured. I mean, people kind of knew that right off the bat. And I mean, Cody Rhodes was a heavy favorite the second he tore his pec to win the Rumble. I mean, it's really unbelievable. So I would still say that Cody Rhodes is probably going to be there in some capacity to win the Rumble, if not at least appear. And yeah, it should be a fun time. And they said that they had record sales for the Rumble, for the fastest selling Rumble of all time or something, which is encouraging if you're the company, and it still shows the strength of the Royal Rumble match itself, which is just obviously an ingenious idea. Now, when you talked about Dean Ambrose, my God, I got goosebumps about that. I mean, it would be crazy. I don't know if Vince not being there would encourage him based on the podcast he did with Jericho when he left a few years ago. It seems as if Vince was a common theme in the problem of his creative frustration of doing stupid comedy crap. And I don't remember what he really mentioned about Triple H, if not real. He probably mentioned him, but I'm really remembering from that podcast that it was really focused on Vince and Vince being the problem and everything has to go through him, and Vince saw comedy in him and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know if Dean or Jon Moxley would even be interested in that. Certainly Triple H has to be conscious or aware that his contract's going to expire. To me, that would be the most interesting return in a long time. Now, would it rival like a CM Punk AEW return from last August? That was epic. There's been some epic pops for returns in our time, but Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose would be huge. Yes, it would be massive to take on Roman, especially given the history with those two. My God, goosebumps for sure. To me, the biggest signing that I'm waiting for WWE to make can't happen until January 1st of 2024, and that's MJF. They don't have to get the guy to survive. I mean, WWE will survive with or without Maxwell James Friedman. Is it James? So yeah, definitely to me, the most exciting signing of all time for WWE, at least in the last 10, 20 years, would be MJF. I mean, the guy is he prints money as he speaks. He might be the best promo in the entire industry. I think he would give John Cena a run for his money. He certainly would destroy Roman Reigns. I think that he could go against the best talkers the industry has ever put up. His in-ring ability is, I know you didn't talk about MJF, but I'm on him now. His in-ring ability is more than adequate for, I'd say it's good and it's improved. He's got a great look. He lives the gimmick, which very few guys do. to where I think he's convinced himself he's actually this person, where even in interviews and flipping off kids at signings and stuff like that, like he lives the gimmick where most people, if not everyone, even if they're a heel on TV, they're like the nicest person you've ever met at a signing or whatever. MJF doesn't do that, and I respect the hell out of that. It's great, and obviously he's in promo is just insane. So to me, MJF is the most exciting thing of 2024, but obviously we're not there yet. We're a year away. So yeah, okay. So let me get back on track, Rocky. First of all, yes, if you want to call in with the Rumble, we'll figure things out. We got a couple of months, but yeah, you'll definitely be on the show if you want to be, to give us an in-person perspective, which I'm also doing for Extreme Rules. I'm bringing on a patron who's going to be attending Extreme Rules, and it'll be probably a Sunday morning recording for that. We'll have to see. Now, the last thing I'll say about Logan Paul, yeah, I mean, this is nothing more than it's a Saudi Arabia special. Yes, it doesn't make sense. Fans in the United States, really anywhere outside of Saudi Arabia, don't give a damn about this. It makes no sense. He's going to get booed because it's, from a logical perspective, lacks in logic. All that. It's just stupid. It's ridiculous. For Logan Paul to be in this matchup, in this position, is absolutely asinine. And we know why it's being done. Money and followers of Logan Paul. That's it. And yeah, he'll deliver. He'll deliver a good match. I have no doubt about that. But from like a respect standpoint, he doesn't even belong in the same sentence as the Undisputed Championship. So yeah, but we have to understand the reasoning for it. It's a ton of money, and it's potential crossover audience exposure with a ton of with Logan Paul's fan base. So, okay, thanks, Rocky T, and let's get to our final voicemail, and then the main event comes up with Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fans. So let's go.
Hey man, this is Justin from Maryland. Just had a couple of thoughts I wanted to give and questions before the Extreme Rules live event this weekend. So first is Seth Rollins. I think he's going to win this Sunday. I think he should, because I think they're going to set him up to face Roman Reigns. So it's interesting that he faces Lashley next Monday night on Raw for the U.S. title. I'm not sure if he's going to win. I don't think he needs the U.S. title. And it's interesting that he attacked Lashley and Ali after that match. But I'm not sure if Rollins is going to win. I don't know if he needs that title. It would be nice to see him win, but I'm interested to see the finish. Maybe it'll be a DQ finish and they'll stretch it out to Crown Jewel. But I expect for Rollins to win, and I'm interested to see where they go with the U.S. title match on Raw. Next is a possible Lesnar return. Do you think he will return since he had that feud with Daniel Cormier, the referee for the Rollins Riddle match? Because they have some history, and I saw that it's possible. So do you think that Lesnar could possibly return during the match or after to confront Daniel and maybe set up a match later on? Next is the Karrion Kross Drew match. I'm kind of torn between who will win. I want Drew to win, of course, but I think since Karrion Kross just came back, I think they'll want to give him the win. They're going to try to build him as the second heel on SmackDown. So it'll be interesting to see how that match goes. I don't think Drew will win. I think he'll lose by some shenanigans at the end. But I want to see Karrion Kross go after the U.S. title. I think him and Lashley would be a good matchup if Rollins doesn't win the title. So interesting on your take on the Drew Karrion Kross match. And finally, Finn Balor. I think he's going to win Sunday only because I think they're going to set up him and AJ Styles next. So I feel like he should probably go over so he can get some momentum going into his next feud. I don't know how that match is going to play out. The I Quit match is definitely going to be a good match, of course. But interesting to see the finish. I want to see Balor go over. I feel like he needs to win more to build the Judgment Day. But I'm definitely looking for Balor to win because I think his next feud will be against AJ Styles, and that would be cool. So yeah, so I think
Hey, Justin. So, okay, without giving away all my picks that I'm going to have a whole show on tomorrow, I'll give you a little, just my feedback on what you said. First of all, the I Quit match with Finn and Edge should be a whole lot of fun. The finish is going to be very interesting. Now, as I've always said, the I Quit match is designed for babyfaces to win because babyfaces, it's one thing for them to lose via pinfall because of somebody, distracting them, or they pass out in a submission so they didn't tap out, so they lose in an honorable way without actually tapping. But I Quit requires another level of shame, so it's usually not reserved for a babyface to lose. In this case, perhaps the Judgment Day does something so heinous, maybe to Edge's family, maybe they hold Beth hostage. Maybe there's somebody at the house with Beth, and if he doesn't say I quit, they're going to harm Beth or his family. Something along those lines where I could see Edge losing in that manner, but I'll leave my official pick for the show tomorrow. As far as the Lesnar return to face Cormier, I don't want it. I don't want it. The reason is I haven't heard anything about Daniel Cormier training. I don't think most fans would understand what the hell's going on. I know there's some crossover UFC WWE fans, but it would be like the match that he had. What's his name? That Lesnar had. That he the one that he lost to. I'll think of the name. Hold on. Oh, Cain Velasquez. And that match was god awful. God awful. I don't think they want a train wreck of a match. I don't think it'll happen. It'd be cool for those of us that understand and know, but for the majority of us, nah, now, if he returns to just kind of have a quick spat with him and hit an F5, but it's not going to lead to a match, okay. But also, why is he returning other than to do that? I mean, I don't mind a Lesnar return, but I think he's slated for a Rumble return, just like maybe Cody Rhodes, where Lesnar, and I hope Lesnar is not involved in a championship scene. I'd like Lesnar to come back and actually just have like some kind of blood feud. We haven't had Lesnar in an actual blood feud, and I don't know how long. He's always involved in the championship. It's kind of like Goldberg, and I've heard rumors of him returning. God help us all. Karrion Kross, yeah, I think there's a strong possibility of him beating Drew, and the reason is Karrion Kross is got some nice. Trying to think of a synonym for momentum. He's got some nice. What's the word? I got to go to like the word, the thesaurus here. He's got some push behind him. That's a bad synonym, but he does. And I think that should continue maybe past Drew, and Drew can afford a loss. It would be okay. I'm sure he'll cheat to win or something. The United States Championship is a weird thing. And that's weird because Seth continued this when he didn't have to on Monday, stomping Lashley. Stomping Ali, which doesn't really mean anything. He's collateral damage. But then getting awarded a opportunity at the United States Championship, and apparently, by the way, no one needs to make anything official anymore. Adam Pearce has just mystically evaporated like, just vapor. Just he's gone, which is fine with me. So right now the inmates are essentially running the asylum. I don't need an authority figure looking over, and everything has to be official. And then all of a sudden it doesn't need to be. Everyone's just making their own matches. It's fine. So do I think that we're going to have Lashley lose the belt to Seth? It's a strong possibility. I would say it's likely. But then he goes into Extreme Rules as United States champion with the U.S. Championship not on the line, and I think it takes away from the match with Riddle. You know what? I'm going to go with no. Lashley doesn't drop the belt to Riddle, or rather to wait, no. I'm mixing it up. There are no more shows. I'm thinking we have. For some reason, I'm like, oh, Monday night. The show's in like 2 days. I think he actually does win it because it's after Extreme Rules. My mind is all twisted, guys. It's after Extreme Rules. It's a start of a new era of whatever that is. And, he could go into a Survivor Series with that belt, but unless they want to do Gunther versus Lashley, if they want to do that, then that's a possibility. But also, I think they kind of did away with, Triple H has gone on the record and saying they're not going to do Raw versus SmackDown anymore, so maybe Lashley doesn't have to hold the belt to get to a Gunther and Lashley matchup. That's possible too. So I think, honestly, for this to come out of nowhere, it's the season premiere. They want to make a big impact, have Rollins capture a championship, even if it's not the one he's after, and be on your way. I think there's a strong possibility of Rollins winning on Monday after he beats Riddle, presumably. We'll see, in the fight pit. So, and boys, like I said, I am not envious of being Seth Rollins waking up Tuesday morning after going through a fight pit match and then 2 days later going through a match with Lashley. My God, he's going to be he's going to be comatose in in a lot of pain. So, all right. Well, that is it for me for the voicemail portion of the show. But stick with us. We're going to take a quick break, and immediately following the break, Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan will be with you to talk about your emails. So stay right here, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with a live show, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Blog Talk Radio, taking your calls and giving my official preview and predictions for the Extreme Rules event. So thank you, everybody, for listening. Consider going VIP on our website or going to patreon.com/WWE podcast if you want to go ad free. Thanks, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.
Are you a gamer looking for your clan? If you answered yes, there's a place absolutely perfect for you. It's called Clan Finder, online at clanfinder.gg. The website was founded by gamers who were committed to keeping the site updated with the latest titles, adding new features to further assist in advertising your community across the globe, and bringing on gaming studios that want to give back to their players. Helping support charities from around the world, Clan Finder helps gaming communities promote their organizations to fellow gamers who are looking for a place to call home. Long gone are the days when you had to scour forums, stem discussions, and sketchy websites to find a new gaming clan. Go to clanfinder.gg and search for your clan today. Clanfinder.gg.
Welcome back to the WWE Podcast. Let's get back to more great wrestling audio.
How you doing, WWE Podcast? It's Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan, and I have none other than Miss Casual Wrestling Fan, and we're coming to you for the Extreme Rules Mailbag Takeover Show, which is episode number 101 here on the WWE Podcast. So, babe, how are you today?
Ding dong. Hello. I'm doing good.
That's great. Are you ready to talk Extreme Rules?
I'm ready to get extreme.
Are you ready to take over the mailbag like we always do on every PLE week?
With victory.
There you go. I love it. So, before we get started, Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan got to always drop some knowledge on you. So guess what, guys? Breaking news. It has been over 1,000 days since your tribal chief Roman Reigns has been pinned in a WWE ring. Can you believe that?
No. Oh my goodness.
Hey, trivia question for everybody for the next 5 seconds. Who was the last person to pin Roman Reigns in a WWE ring? Okay, I gave you chances to answer. The answer is King Corbin.
What? Really?
2019 was the last time your tribal chief has been pinned, and it was by King Corbin. So there goes some breaking news for you. It's been over 1,000 days since Roman's been pinned. So hey, guess what? For all you haters, you the twos, and we the ones. Now, we're going to kick it off first, because we got our first email, as we always do, on deck. Now, I do want to put a little caveat out there. Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan, he's sipping over here, so I'm going to try to keep it PG.
Oh, no.
If I get a little riled, that's why, but that's okay. But we got our first email on deck, and it comes from us, none other than DJ Kuzmo. Uh-oh. And Matt sent us a couple. So we got DJ coming up first. We got a couple more on deck, as you just heard. And we're starting off with DJ Kuzmo right now. So shout out to DJ. For all you people out there who didn't know, DJ was on the WTFW podcast this past week with none other than Trash Man, Waste Management Twitty. So go check him out. They had a really good episode. Shout out to DJ. And guess what, DJ? We're going to get to your letter in 3, 2, 1.
Rejoice, rejoice for the return of DJ Kuzmo. on your Mailbag Takeover pay-per-view show.
Let's go.
With none other than Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan.
I'll take a shot.
Fire emojis.
Woo!
And the Takeover Wrestling crew. What's going on, Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan? Is the family good? How's the girls' soccer team doing? Aww.
Hey, we doing good. See, he asked.
We are doing good.
So I gotta put it out there real quick for you guys. We coach 2 teams right now.
Oh, yes.
One of our teams is undefeated.
Yep.
The other team's been a work in progress. But guess what, you guys? We have turned around. We're on a 2-game winning streak. We're going for number 3 on Saturday. Let's
and
keep
our
going.
daughter has scored goals for the past few weeks.
Yeah,
so
she scored 3 goals in 2 games.
she's killing it, Kuzmo. Thank you for asking.
There you go.
And most importantly, oh no, what's going on with y'all's New England Patriots?
Who are you talking to?
First off, hold on before I finish this paragraph.
No, finish.
I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, Kuzmo, so get it right.
Guess what? The Eagles undefeated.
Thank you. Now, as to Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan, he said last time I checked the record, they are at the bottom of the AFC East Division.
So?
What's up with that? Man. LOL.
Right. Pause. Because you know
pause.
what? Y'all haters out there, let me get you right on the Patriots. Number 1, even when we had Tom Brady, we started out 2-3, 2-2. Nothing special. Number 2, we almost beat the Packers with a 3rd-string rookie quarterback, and they about choked in overtime. And number 3, I bet you we don't stay last forever, sir. You better bet on the Patriots. You better bet on blue, because we going to the playoffs. Because Tua's hurt, the Bills is flopping, and the Jets is going to fly away. So that's all I got to say.
Well, I don't think he knew about Tua, speaking of this next paragraph.
Man, that's sad about Tua, too.
I know.
So,
Roll Tide, y'all.
Yeah, Roll Tide.
We're diehard fans.
And we are praying for Tua, because if you watch football, you know that's a real bad injury.
It is, on top of other injuries he had already previously had.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Patriots can figure out what's going on wrong.
Nothing's going wrong.
Before the Miami Dolphins run away with the AFC East Division.
Hey, DJ, let's see after you hear this recording if you feel the same way.
Okay, this is toward you because I do not watch basketball.
Uh,
Quick question. What
up?
are the NBA teams that you are rooting for this season?
Golden State? Well, you know, I used to be a Heat fan, but right now, I ain't a big NBA fan, guys, so before you burn me at the stake, I'm not a big NBA fan, but I do ride with your Golden State Warriors.
For me, it's the Brooklyn Nets, Miami
Ooh,
Heat,
okay, cool.
and the LA Lakers.
Shout out to the Lakers. I'm with that, too.
Been a Nets fan since 1998.
Okay.
Been a Miami Heat fan since 2003.
Hold on. He want to talk about the Patriots. What's going on with the Nets, guy?
True.
Y'all had a super team. Y'all had the big 3, and now you didn't get the big nothing.
Nope. When they drafted Dwayne Wade, and been a Lakers fan since 2004 when Shaq left for Miami. And the Lakers became Kobe's
Hold
team.
on, pause.
Shout out to the Black Mamba.
He said
Rest in peace.
he became an LA fan when Shaq left.
Yeah.
You became a Heat fan when Shaq got to the Heat. What's going on, DJ?
It sounded like a huge Kobe fan. Wish I like Kobe. There's nothing against Kobe. Even though I don't watch basketball.
I ain't gonna hate on
He
Kobe.
had talent like it is.
I ain't gonna hate on Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe.
Yes. That's what he said.
Anyway,
He
let's
said,
get through
"Rest
this
in
letter.
peace."
See, I'm drinking. I'm talking.
And he said the same thing. Anyway.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm drinking. I'm gonna give y'all some sauce
goodness.
tonight.
Anyway, sorry for the sports brief. No, that's okay. I like sports. Let's get back on track with this mailbag takeover with the Extreme Rules predictions.
Let's go.
Or
Extreme.
spoilers. With
Hey.
the devil emoji.
Hey, I'm glad he knows.
Okay.
Now we're gonna give you some odds, so bring it.
As I'm currently looking at the Extreme Rules card via Wikipedia,
Let's go.
I see that there are 6 matches.
6.
But what about Dexter Lumis versus The Miz? Do you think a match like this will be on the pre-show? I think so. Well, I don't know if it'll be a match, though. What do you think?
See, now can I see Dexter Lumis messing with the Miz?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
He's going to make an appearance.
now I'm kind of with Matt on this. Now I'm to the point where I want to see a payoff. It is funny every week seeing Dexter Lumis get the Miz, and I get that's a running joke. But it's got to come a time when you pay it off with a match.
Yeah.
And where's Tommaso being?
I don't know.
Anyway,
And, of course, Roman Reigns.
head of the table.
Our tribal chief.
That right.
Head of the table.
Acknowledge him.
He's taking some much-needed time off again, LOL.
That's right.
But he'll be back in my hometown of Brooklyn, New York for the next week Monday Night Raw.
That's right.
Emojis.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay, here it goes. The DJ Kuzmo Extreme Rules predictions or spoilers.
Let's go.
Number 1. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's title.
Or as Ronda says, the SmackDown Championship.
I don't like Ronda, and Liv is kind of lackluster to me. But I'm booking that Liv Morgan retains.
What?
Oh, man.
All right, Kuzma, pause.
Yeah, pause.
Pause. You said Liv is lackluster. You mean Liv is uncredible.
Oh.
That girl has no credibility. Now, Vegas disagrees with you. Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan disagrees with you. And Miss Casual Wrestling Fan disagrees with you.
Most certainly.
We predict a Ronda shellacking. How about that? She's going to kill Liv.
Yes.
No more Liv. No more little time Liv. All right, let's keep going.
Number 2.
Shout out to Ronda.
Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins in a fight pitch match.
Here we go. Now we
For all
talking.
the NXT fans on this show, from a few years back up until now, should probably know that Matt Riddle has been in 2 fight pit matches on NXT and has both matches. Unfortunately, even though Matt Riddle is undefeated in fight pit matches, I'm booking that Seth Rollins will win this match, and then Bobby Lashley after the match will have a brawl with Seth Rollins, building up their feud for the United States title at Crown Jewel. While Matt Riddle gets kidnapped by the Judgment Day, plot thickens.
Well, I thought you were going to say Dexter Loomis. Anyway.
That'd be funny too.
Who you say going to win Seth? Vegas disagrees with you, sir. Ooh. But guess what? Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you.
Yay!
Because they announced that it's going to be Bobby versus Seth on the season premiere Raw on Monday. I don't see Seth going into that off a loss.
Nope.
So, yeah, I agree with you. Let's go.
Number 3. Edge versus Finn Balor. I Quit match. Will this be the return of the demon character from Finn Balor? I sure hope so. I said the same thing, y'all, to Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan. You can ask.
Yep.
Because the last time, if I'm not mistaken, when Finn was the demon character, was in a title match against Roman Reigns at last year's Extreme Rules.
And he lost.
The finish to the match, and I remember that. The finish to that match still bothers me to this day. LOL, poor Finn.
Poor Finn.
That's why I'm booking that Finn Balor will win this match with the help of Judgment Day.
Finn to win.
That's who I predicted.
And guess what? Vegas has that a pick'em. They got Edge and Finn both minus 120. It's a pick'em match. It's a toss-up. Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you on Finn because Finn will get you in.
That's right.
But Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan is kind of on the fence. I feel like Edge should put Finn over because he's a young guy, but it's going to be hard to hear Edge say I quit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I could see Finn saying I quit and not really lose much. But if Edge says I quit, isn't the Edge Judgment Day thing over? Wouldn't it be finito?
I don't know. That's up for the writers. Number 4, the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium.
There we go.
6-man Donnybrook tag match.
Let's go. Donnybrook.
This match has the making of Survivor Series match preview. Anyway, I'm booking that the Brawling Brutes will win this match with a pin on Ludwig Kaiser.
Oh, Ludwig. I hope if that happens, I want Gunther to give him some chops.
No, he's had enough.
Now, as far as who he picked, he said Brawling Brutes.
He did.
All right, so Vegas disagrees with you, and Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan disagrees with you.
Yes, we do.
We see Imperium going
and I
over.
like Sheamus, by the way.
I like Sheamus. I like Butch. I don't like Ridge Holland. Ridge don't do it for me.
Yeah,
Ridge.
I'm a Sheamus fan.
Ridge is whack. But Imperium, I see them going over.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I like Gunther. He's on a streak right now.
I like Gunther. I like Giovanni Vinci. I like Kaiser. I think they all a good little group.
I forgot he's back now.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5, Drew McIntyre.
Uh-oh, here we
versus
go.
Karrion Kross.
Come on.
Leather strap match.
Yeah.
I'm booking that Drew McIntyre will win this match in a tough 25 to 28 minute classic. This will feud will most likely continue for 2 more pay-per-views, which both are next month.
Yeah, good point.
What does Vegas say?
Vegas disagrees with you. Vegas got Karrion Kross over.
What?
Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan got Karrion Kross over.
What?
And Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you and has Drew going over.
Yeah, not a Cross fan, but yeah.
Go
Drew.
I think Drew has to lose again. He lost to Roman.
Does he have to?
No, he don't have to. But he lost to Roman. This will technically be Karrion Kross' second match in the WWE since he's been back. I don't see Drew winning this.
So what gives him the validation to win over somebody like Drew if he's just now coming
credibility.
back.
That's the point. That's why
that's not credible nor believable.
No, that's why they put him over. Yeah, Karrion Kross is believable as hell. See, I can say hell.
No, he's not.
He is.
His ass is not.
Yes,
and I can say ass.
So just for the running joke, you guys, I had to text Matt today to say what words are approved for me to say because I'm drinking and I don't want to get crazy.
He's funny, y'all.
I mean, that will put a lot of credibility on Karrion for Drew to lay down for him, and that wouldn't hurt Drew at all to lay down for Karrion Kross after he choked his ass out with that damn
Okay, all those words in that context is horrible. But yeah.
Once he choked his ass out with that strap in the middle of the rain with that crazy. See, look.
Throwback joke because of his last gimmick, Karrion Kross. Jeez.
That B is.
That's terrible.
I was going to say the B word. I was saying when that crazy B. Scarlett gets in the ring and looks at him like she crazy too.
I'll beep him out.
But hey, and just to say.
I don't even like Scarlett. Like, what is up with that?
She
is the strangest person I've ever seen in wrestling, honestly, and there's some strange people.
I don't like using the word cringe. I don't like that word cringe.
It's cringy.
But she kind of makes...
For coming from a woman herself, that's cringy.
But it works. I mean, Karrion, it works for him.
Oh, yeah, with his... whatever he's got going on.
Hey.
All right. Here we go, y'all. Mm-hmm. Last and certainly not least, number 6. Bianca Belair versus Bayley.
Now pause.
Ding dong.
If you mess this up, ding dong, hello, DJ Kuzmo, we're going to have a problem. But guess what? Hey, he casual wrestling crew, so shout out to DJ Kuzmo.
He gonna mess it up.
No, he not. No, he ain't pick Bayley.
Hint.
He ding dong, hello.
He ding dong all the way home. All the way home.
You been hanging out with Trash Can 20 too much, man.
Honestly, I don't blame you. I'm ready to see Bayley champ, but I just don't think they're going to give it to us yet. So, but anyway, let's get to it.
Read it up.
Bianca Belair versus Bayley for the Raw's Women's title. It's time, folks. It's time. It's hard to put into words, but it's time for a change.
No, it ain't.
And unfortunately, that means the crowning of a new Raw's Women champion.
Boo!
In Bayley.
Boo!
Bianca has been champion since retaining the title at WrestleMania.
Since retaining, you mean winning, regaining.
Yeah, he probably does mean that.
There you go.
And at the last pay-per-view,
I'm drinking.
She was pinned by Bayley in the 6 women's tag match. And when I saw that, I knew exactly that the writing was on the wall and that Bianca's days as champion will slowly come to an end. I think this match will be the main event of the pay-per-view. Thinking face. That's all for now. DJ Kuzmo signing off. Peace.
Back at it again. Shout out to DJ Kuzmo. Shout out to my guys. Shout out to the Casual Wrestling crew. Thanks for writing in, DJ. Now your final point for Bayley. Number 1, Vegas disagrees with you. They have Bianca. Mr. Casual Wrestling fan disagrees with you. He's got Bianca. Miss Casual Wrestling fan on paper disagrees with you.
I'm sorry.
She got Bianca.
I like Bayley too.
And I think something that we are forgetting, you guys, and I want to remember this. Bianca did get the belt back at WrestleMania.
Yeah, she did.
But she hasn't never really had a long run. It just felt long.
It did feel long.
Now, we met Bianca here in Nashville, where Laverne to be technically. For SummerSlam.
It was great.
Great person. And I see why she's champion. She's well liked. She's probably the number 1 woman's babyface.
She's great
since
with kids.
Becky's not there.
Really good.
You know what I mean? She's credible.
Yeah.
Whew.
She's upstanding.
So I don't see, personally, I don't see her losing the belt right now. Now, could she lose it to Bayley?
Maybe later on.
Yeah, maybe Crown Jewel, maybe Survivor. Well, not Survivor Series. I don't see that either. So, hey, all right.
Rumble or something. I don't know.
Personally, I can see Bianca holding it till next year WrestleMania. Because they don't have another woman. Babyface is just that popular.
What, 7 months ago? 7 months away?
But they don't have another woman's babyface is that popular.
That's true.
She's the most popular woman's babyface outside of Becky Lynch, who's not there.
Which we assume she'll be back soon.
You feel me?
She'll come when Cody comes, I think. But anyway.
And she could. But anyway, back on topic.
It's going to be a double threat.
Shout out to the Casual Wrestling Crew's finest, DJ Kuzmo.
Yes.
Shout out to the WTFW podcast. Shout out to Trash Can, Trash Man, Waste Man, and Mr. Twitty. Go check out the show, WTFW podcast. You know, they do good work, even though he's trash. Now on to the next one. We're going to go to Dennis. O'Brien.
Dennis.
And the only reason why I said your name because you put in the subject. So, so with that being said, Dennis O'Brien, we're going to read your letter in 3, 2, 1.
Hello. Just another quick email. Have you or any one of the listeners noticed in the past few weeks of a fan holding a sign in the crowd with a picture of a man saying, R.I.P. Patrick Frank McCravey? There is a connection
I remember him.
Huh? There is a connection there to Bray Wyatt? Dating back to FCW days from what I can gather, or I could be wrong. Well, I think you're wrong, but...
Well, guess what? I'm not going to comment.
Anything can happen. I mean, I wasn't watching it back then, so I really... Look,
yeah.
Mrs. Casual fan is not credible.
I mean, same here. I'm not going to speak on FCW.
But that'd be cool if you did pick that up. Hey.
Yeah. And I ain't going to speak on FCW because that's before, that was in my intermission as well.
Yes.
Now, what I can say is I can remember seeing this sign for at least a year
time.
or
so he's not wrong. It's been around.
Yeah, it's been a while. That's like the Purple Cowboy. Do y'all ever see the Purple Cowboy?
I know y'all see him. He's like almost at every show.
Hey, I love it. Hey, shout out to the Purple Cowboy.
And I mean everything. WrestleManias, all of it. Like, he is there. He was at SummerSlam.
It's a SummerSlam. And shout out to the White Rabbit. This White Rabbit crap is going crazy. So Triple H is on one with this one. But guess what, you guys? We got to move on to the next one. And it comes to us. Well, hey, Matt sending us more. So we got more letters on deck.
Woohoo!
Shout out to him. But this next one's coming from Levi.
Oh, Levi.
Shout out to Levi, buddy. How you doing, sir?
Hello, Levi.
We're going to get to your letter, sir, in 3. Nah. We're going to get to your letter because you the twos and we the one.
Hi, hope all is well. Today I wanted to say my prediction for Extreme Rules. Number 1, Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan. Ronda finally turns heel, wins title, or loses, and joins a tag team with Shayna.
Well, what's the prediction?
I think he's saying Ronda wins.
He said or.
Yeah, he did say or.
Hey.
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
Oh, I've been drinking. I got the right to be just rare. My man said.
Like that steak you had.
Either Ronda wins or she loses. So we're going to go off the front end, but we're going to say you're saying Ronda wins. If you're saying Ronda wins, Vegas agrees with you, and Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan agrees with you. And guess what? That's a lock. If you're saying Ronda loses, then Vegas disagrees with you, and Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan disagree with you. Exactly. But I get what he's saying. I'm just being funny, you guys. I don't see her technically teaming up with who you say, Shayna? But I can see them getting some type of faction going. Which right now Triple H got factions everywhere.
He does, doesn't he?
All right, so let's move on, you guys. Not laughing at you, buddy, but that was just a funny comment.
All right. Seth versus Riddle. I want Seth to win, but I think they will give it to Riddle. They'll give him the win because of the Fight Pit match.
All right, so Vegas agrees with you in the pick of Riddle, but Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling fan disagree with you. We're going for Seth freaking Rollins because he's got to face Bobby the Almighty Lashley on Monday. There you go. Hey, But anyway, he's fighting Bobby on Monday for the belt. I don't see them letting them go into Raw on a loss.
Oh no, I hope not. Anyway,
if you can't beat Riddle, how you gonna expect to beat the Almighty?
Goodness gracious! All right, number 3.
Hold on, pause. He did say this, so I gotta chime in.
What?
Boy, when my man Seth said you ain't got no money because you paying all this child support.
Oh, that was hilarious. It wasn't funny to those who are paying, but hey, it's funny. It's pretty funny.
Hilarious. Good shot, Seth. And shout out to Riddle. He did a real good one talking about Seth ain't never main evented WrestleMania.
Right?
Yes. Keep it pushing.
3, Bayley versus Bianca. Bianca wins by disqualification. Ooh.
Huh?
That's what he said.
All right.
You heard me.
Who is this? Who wrote this?
That Levi Graham
guy.
All
right. Shout out to Levi. I'm gonna be very nice, sir. It's a ladder match, so it can't be a disqualification. So who he say gonna win though?
Bianca.
So we're gonna go with the Bianca win because I do agree with you, and Vegas does agree with you, and Miss Casual Wrestling fan agrees with you.
I do.
And Bianca's gonna win the match, so that's a lock, sir. So guess what? You're still correct because Bianca's gonna win.
Right.
Shout out to Levi.
4, Edge versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor wins, but the I Quit match really just means they leave till the Rumble or even WrestleMania.
Finna get you in.
Finna get you in.
What can I say? Miss Kaiser Wrestling fan agrees with you.
Of course.
Vegas got it pick 'em. So
got my hands in the air, Demon King.
There you go. Vegas got it pick 'em. So it's the same odds, minus 120 for each. I'm on the fence, but I can see Finn winning. I say that.
All right. Number 5. And his last prediction.
All right, let's go.
McIntyre versus Cross.
Here we go.
I think Cross will win.
Woo!
That will be a good match, but I think Cross has to win, but Cross could win by hook or crook.
There you go. Karrion Kross. Shout out to Karrion Kross. Shout out to Levi Graham.
Thank you.
Vegas agrees with you. Karrion Kross for the win. Mr. Casual Wrestling fan agrees with you. Karrion Kross for the win. Miss Casual Wrestling fan disagrees with you as she's picking Drew McIntyre for the win.
Drew all day.
Hey, shout out to him. All right, we rolling. Hey, we need to drink more often, golly. We moving through these things. All right.
He's so funny, y'all.
Hey, I'm a nut. All right, let's go. All right. We didn't deal with y'all non-casual wrestling crew members for a minute. We're going to go to one of our known casual wrestling crew members.
Kyle!
Hey, none other than Perma-Fire Kyle, a.k.a. New York Kyle, a.k.a. Casual Wrestling Fan Kyle. So shout out to him. Shout out to Kyle. And we're going to do our thing. So guess what, Kyle? We're going to get to your letter in 3, 2, 1.
It's that time again for the month of October. It's once again time for the Mailbag Takeover, baby. So, without further ado,
baby,
let's get right into the Extreme Rules predictions. First up is the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium in a 6-man tag team, good old-fashioned Donnybrook match.
Good old Donnybrook. Gotta love it.
I think Imperium will win because the way they are being used right now, they should not be losing matches anytime soon.
Guess what, buddy? Vegas agrees with you. Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. And Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. So that is a lock, sir.
That's
Great
right.
pick. Put some money on it. Go to Vegas. Win some money, buddy.
Next is Edge versus Finn Balor in an I Quit match. This seems tough, but in the end, I don't think we are going to see Edge say I quit unless he was retiring. So, I think Edge wins this.
Ooh. Now, I ain't gonna lie, buddy. Edge is a good pick. I mean, we done had most people say Finn to get you in, but Edge is a solid pick. I don't see Edge saying I quit. I mean, if we're gonna be total
It's hard
honest,
to see any of them.
I can see Finn saying I quit because he got a group. You know, he's the heel. He can play the heel, you know.
It really depends on how he comes out, though. If he comes out as Finn or if he comes out as, Prince, the Demon King, whatever they want to call it.
But what would Edge do if they had Beth Phoenix, if Rhea had her locked up and something, gonna break her leg or something?
Then he would be distracted.
And when he say I quit though, same thing how Roman beat Jay. He grabbed Jimmy and Jay said I quit because he didn't want him to hurt Jimmy.
Yeah, that's true.
It could be something like that. So I don't think Edge is a bad pick either way. Was my point. So good pick, Kyle.
Next, go ahead. You good?
But Finn to get you in, Miss Casual Wrestling Fan pick Finn.
Yep.
Vegas has it pick 'em minus 120 each, and Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan is on the fence, buddy.
Yeah.
Good match. All right, keep going.
Next is Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in a strap match. This is also a very tough one, but I think in the end, Karrion Kross will win to continue his push, and Drew can take that loss and be just fine.
Boy, Kyle is on fire, Kyle.
Ain't he?
Perma fire, Kyle. Boy, y'all need to listen to this boy. He gonna make some money. Vegas agrees with you, sir. Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you, but Miss Casual Wrestling Fan once again is going with the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, even though he burned the last time when she picked him over Roman. And we ain't forgot. You did Bloodline dirty, buddy.
Yeah, it's okay. We all make mistakes.
Hey, don't feel bad.
I'm human.
Hey, it happens. You know what? You got sucked in. That's okay. Drew sucked you in.
I just think I had hope. But anyway.
You did, just like other people.
I'm a true fan. Anyway.
But nevertheless, good pick again, Kyle. You on fire, buddy.
Yes,
Perma
sir.
fire.
Next is Bianca Belair versus Bayley.
Now watch my man Kyle get this right, y'all. Go
in
ahead.
a Raw Women's Championship ladder match.
Here you go. Watch.
I have enjoyed Bianca's reign, but I think it's time for Damage Control to hold gold together. So Bayley will win the Raw's Women's Championship.
Kyle, you was rolling. Like I was in your corner. You was perma-fired Kyle, man. What?
Now he's dump firing now.
Kyle, okay. We're going to go with your pick. Vegas disagrees with you.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan both disagree with you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest. I'm not tired of a Bianca reign.
I can't blame him, though.
Now, what I don't want the woman version of the Bloodline running around WWE. I mean, I'm going to be real. I don't want that. At least not right now.
Why not?
At least not right now. I mean, it's the wrong group, the wrong time, the wrong way.
Is it, though?
Bianca's strong.
So is Bailey.
Bailey just got back.
Exactly. And
Didn't Bianca just go through this last year?
And Bailey just did all
Didn't
this
Bianca
within just a few weeks of SummerSlam.
But didn't Bianca just go through this last year of having some returning star come in who's already credible, Becky, who should have did the job, but they made Bianca do the job. I don't like that. And I feel like Bailey needs a job to Bianca 2 times before she gets the belt.
All right, moving on.
Need some job in here.
Next is Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey in the SmackDown Women's Championship Extreme Rules match.
He gonna make it up right here, Kyle. I know you gonna make it up. Make it up.
I'm a Liv Morgan fan, much to displeasure of the casual wrestling family. But as much as I hate to say it, I think my least favorite wrestler, Ronda Rousey, will win the SmackDown's Women's Championship, even though I just want her released from WWE.
Hey. Boy, he made up for it, didn't he?
He did.
He came back. Guess what, buddy? Vegas agrees with you, and Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan agree with you. That's a lot. Ronda is going to tap her ass out, and she deserves it. Keep going.
And finally, our main event, Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins in a fight pitch match with special guest referee Daniel Cormier. DC. Sorry, guys. I think Seth Rollins wins because he needs it, and I think Matt Riddle can bounce back.
Guess what, sir? Vegas disagrees with you, but Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan agree with you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Seth for the win. Stomp his head into the mat.
That's right.
Let's go.
Also, I think we will get a Bray Wyatt returning at this event. What do you guys think? That's all for now. I hope everyone enjoys Extreme Rules. Peace.
Shout out to Kyle. Shout out to Perma-Fire Kyle, New York Kyle.
Thank you.
Casual Wrestling Kyle. That's your new nickname. Casual Wrestling Kyle. See, you should have did that a long time ago. CWK.
That's hilarious. I like that.
I like that too. So, we gave you another nickname. We gave you New York Kyle. Trash Can Twitter gave you that Perma-Fire Kyle crap. But guess what? You Casual Wrestling Kyle now.
There we go.
Hey, part of the family. Now, do we think Bray is coming back?
Eventually, but I don't know if it's going to be Extreme Rules.
Is it going to be Extreme
I don't know. The
Rules?
barcodes keep popping up.
The barcodes keep popping up.
I'm not sure.
I don't think they can draw this out for much longer. But I would think, number one, it's
but
not...
if they do that, wouldn't it be a crown jewel, like somewhere where it's going to pop?
No.
You don't think
and the only reason why I say that is because it ain't here. I hope to
Where's
God...
Bray from? Do you know?
I don't have a clue.
That'd be
but
interesting to know.
I hope to God that WWE wouldn't be dumb enough to send that stuff to Saudi and let him return there. If they that dumb, they deserve to lose fans. You know,
I don't know.
If it ain't Extreme Rules, it ain't gonna be Survivor Series, War Games. It ain't gonna be there. It would. I guess you were looking at day one of Royal Rumble possibly, but I feel like those are both kind of far away to be trying to do. So hey, I'm gonna be honest. Extreme Rules ain't a bad bet.
That's not a bad bet.
But hey,
I can't wait to see him. Period.
I think it's a good pick. You know what I mean? I would love to see it. Shout out to Kyle. Shout out to Perma-Fire Kyle. There we go again. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. And this one right here, once again, shout out to Perma-Fire Kyle, a.k.a. Casual Wrestling Kyle.
Yeah.
This next one comes to us from Rocky T. Shout out to Rocky T.
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you for writing in.
Rocky T. I think you're from Texas, so I'm going to say Rocky T from Texas. All right. Now, Rocky T, you said something a long time ago, and I don't know if it's because I'm drinking, but I remember what you said. So guess what? Here in Nashville, we got a lot of famous people that came out of the Ville. We got Ric Flair. People don't even know that. We got Jerry Lawler. People don't even know that.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton? People don't even know that. What? And I didn't research this. I'm just coming off top of the dome right now. You feel me? So I know you think you got a lot of Hall of Famers that came from where
Tennessee is booked.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, we have Hall of Famers too. And I just named 3 without Google searching nothing.
Even Bianca, right?
Bianca Belair. Look, we just popping them out.
I'm just saying, I know some of these
Bianca
people.
Belair. We are, hey, Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett,
Hey.
he's from Nashville.
Hey, still live here.
Still
Shout
lives
out
here.
to him.
Yes, he does.
So we got legends from here.
Yeah.
So, The Rock. No, I'm playing.
Technically, The Rock did live here.
He lived here, but he ain't from here. I ain't gonna do
All
that.
right, he claims Nashville a lot.
But nevertheless, so those are 4 names of people from Nashville that are Hall of Famers or will be future Hall of Famers, and we didn't look up nothing. But I just happen to remember you said that a couple times ago. But guess what, Casual Wrestling Crew, we listen.
Of
We
course.
out here and we answer. And yeah, let's keep going to your letter. We're gonna get to your letter, sir, in 3, 2, 1.
Mr. and Mrs. Casual Fan, tell me why everybody else is the 2s and we the 1.
Love
They
it.
drinking haterade and talking down on the bloodline. Rocky T, Houston, Texas. Silver Fox checking in once again.
Shout out to Rocky. See, guess what, Rocky T? They the 2s and we the 1s. And while they drinking haterade, Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan, just if y'all want to know, go out there and get you some Long Branch.
Yeah.
It's what's his name? Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
He's the spokesperson.
Another person who is also from Tennessee.
There you go. There you see. Look, we just popping them out.
He grew up here.
So yeah, if you ever want something nice to drink on this brown, get you some Long Branch. It's not that expensive. About
it's
40.
Smooth.
Yeah, about $45 a bottle. Get you a bottle. Taste it out. Hey, Permafied Cow, you still listening? You just turned 21. Get you some Long Branch.
And this is a suggestion, not a promotion.
Hey, and just see, I'm gonna put you out there, babe. This Casual Wrestling Fan drinking on that Julio. Don Julio tequila.
Darling, I've had one drink. Anyway,
We still
I
rolling.
get it. Drew, KO, and Seth are all deserving to hold a top championship.
Who?
Drew, Kevin Owens, and Seth. Okay?
I don't agree, but all right, we're gonna go with what you said.
I kind of agree. Anyway,
You think KO deserves a top belt?
I don't know about KO, but he does work hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been too long since any of them held gold. But the first 18 months of Roman's Universal title reign had no bearing on whether those guys held the WWE title. So, to blame Roman for hijacking the title scene is uncalled for, in my opinion.
Shout out to Rocky T! Boy, man, hey, you didn't call Matt with that, because he don't want to listen to me. Boy, thank you. Boy, you want to be part of the Casual Wrestling Crew? I think he do. He talking like this.
So.
Rocky, if you say one more thing right, we're going to induct you. You can't even stop it. Keep going.
Roman has only had the WWE title going on 6 months. Matt and Anthony, I see your side of things, being frustrated with the inflation of Roman's title reign when they book title defenses 50 plus days in advance, and with the clause that a champion must defend the title within 30 days. Notice I said title. The WWE title should be taken off him without a doubt. Ooh.
See, look, now you just lost the pig.
Yeah.
See, we was in the car.
Dun, dun, dun,
we was in the
dun.
car. I disagree. I don't think any clause has any bearings on Roman Reigns. He's your champion for a reason. Guess what? Everybody has to go through Roman for a reason. And I understand. Now, I don't like that word they use, manufactured, inflated. That's words you use for somebody like Liv Morgan. She is manufactured, incredible, inflated. They let her be champion for what? Just to get a belt back to Ronda 3 months later?
We'll see.
That's called manufactured and inflated. But let's keep going. But I do see your point. Right.
With its history and lineage and proper name of WWE Championship, it should be defended at every PLE and even on Raw from time to time. On the other hand, the Universal title, I think, should be put on a pedestal and maybe defended every other month or only at big-time PLE events. After all, the person holding the title is champion of the universe, not just WWE. I know Roman has only defended the both titles.
Wouldn't it technically be the champion of the WWE universe?
I know Roman has only defended both titles a few times since he won them, and it won't be till November when we see him defend again. But at the same time, he will be defending the titles 2 times in the same month. First at Crown Jewel, and then again at Survivor Series.
No, pause. I don't think he... I'm sorry, keep going. I'll pause.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I don't think he will defend the Survivor Series. Honestly, I think he'll be part of a War Games match along with the Bloodline, since it's 5 of them now. It'll be 5 of them versus 5 of another team. Probably Drew, KO, Seth Rollins, all the people you named off at the beginning will probably be going against them.
If he retains at Survivor Series, then I foresee that he will not be defending again till Royal Rumble. Remembering to what I said last TakeOver edition of the Mailbag, Roman is 6th all-time for longest title reigns. The 1,000-day mark is in the middle of May 2023, and if they want him to be 5th on the list, all-time passing Pedro Morales at 1,027 days, that puts the reign till next June.
That's right.
My thought on how to protect Edge in a loss and get Finn the win?
Hold on. So that's Paul. He going to something else. Right here, I agree with you. Roman, if you guys ask me, he's going to at least be champion till SummerSlam next year. Get ready, buckle up. Guess what? He's going to be champion of both belts. He will not drop to WWE. He's going to carry them both in the SummerSlam. I get it. Matt don't like that. Fans don't like that. But guess what? Go buy a shirt. Keep going. I'm sorry.
My thought on how to protect Edge in a loss and get Finn the win. The Judgment Day kidnaps Beth. Threatens to hurt her if Edge doesn't say I quit.
Hey.
Thoughts?
Hey, didn't I say that? Guess what, Rocky T? You earned yourself into the casual wrestling crew if you're not already. You know, I'm faded, so I might have already let you in. So guess what, Rocky T? You into the casual wrestling crew. And I agree with that. So he said Finn for the win. Mm-hmm. Vegas has it pick on Miss Casual Wrestling Fan agrees with you. And I'm still on the fence. You got to listen to them to show to hear my pick.
P.S. Matt, yes, we do need Shotzi coming out in her tank. Plus, they used Pyro this past week instead of the Nerf bullet, which was an improvement. Can anyone agree?
I agree. I'll ride with you. How you feel about the tank?
It's okay. It's cool.
It's straight. It's better than the shirt shooter.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I like the Pyro.
Lastly, honorary Oos t-shirts on the way.
Come on, buddy.
And that's how he ended the letter.
Honorary Oos.
Oos.
Sami Zayn. And since you brought that up.
Sami Oos.
Hey, we're knocking these things out. Since you brought that up, buddy, let me just hit that real quickly. Sami Zayn and the Bloodline is incredible. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Sami Zayn has his own pizzazz. He has his own style. And I even like the little back and forth they got with him and Jay. I love it. I think it's a great back and forth. It's the best thing coming. Shout out to Sammy. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to, what's my boy, Solo Sikoa. So, shout out to Rocky T, sir. You have just been inducted to the Casual Wrestling Crew. Shout out to you. Tell Matt everything you just told us. You just write in next week and you let him know how you feel because you right. So, we're going to move on to our, what Matt said is our second to the last email. And it comes to us none other than Jeff from the Philippines.
Hey, Jeff.
Woo! Shout out, buddy. And we're going to get to your letter in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, this is Jeff from the Philippines. Number 1, Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns.
Oh man, we hold on. We done went all the way to Crown Jewel.
He did, man.
That's okay. Come on.
Has the potential to be a really good match. I actually want to see the match, even though Logan hasn't really earned a world championship match. The guy is Viru, athletic, and his in-ring skills seems like he's been wrestling for years, even though he's not. Number 2.
Oh, that's it? All right,
yeah,
I come in on that. He don't deserve it. We know why they did it.
Not.
It's a publicity stunt.
Of course.
They got to get it. And guess what?
This is for more views for his YouTube.
And WWE will get a lot of viewers because they want to see Paul. So I'm not mad at WWE for doing it. But I feel like they could have made Logan Paul credible. They should have had some type of battle royal. And just him somehow just fluke it out and win. Then I would at least feel like, okay, he's got a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did win it. But just to give it to him, just because they had a press conference, and oh my God, Roman pushed him. You know, come on. It's weak. But ain't they supposed to have a face-off on SmackDown?
Yeah, supposedly.
Tune in. I mean, it'll be good
Such high school stuff.
Nah, I'll say, it's good content. I don't think it's bad content, but just from a wrestling standpoint. Yeah. Anyway.
I just see him below Roman.
I mean, most definitely.
He's probably below a lot of people.
I just don't want, I'm going to be honest.
Anyway.
Last point. I don't want him to get much offense.
No.
I do not want him to get much offense on the champion, Roman Reigns. Should he get a little bit? Yes. But you got to realize, if Logan gets a lot of offense on Roman, then that means that every other person in the fall Roman looks weak. Right. Drew looks weak. KO looks weak. You feel me? Finn looks weak. Bray looks weak because Logan Paul should not get much offense if he doesn't do this. But keep going. I'm sorry.
Number 2. We are now looking at 2 potential contenders for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship after Logan Paul. It's Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. Even though those 2 are in different storylines right now, they planted the seeds with AJ when he criticized Sami Zayn. Also, they have AJ versus Roman in a house show, and I believe was in Vancouver last week.
You are correct, sir. It was a dark match, and you are totally correct. It was AJ versus Roman, and Roman rarely works dark matches. So that could be a prelude for a Roman...
A future dispute.
Yeah, it could be a Roman AJ match. The only problem is, does AJ join the Judgment Day? If he joins the Judgment Day, then that's dead.
Right.
And I don't think... Everybody keeps calling for Seth Roman. I don't think that's the play. I keep hearing Seth Roman Survivor Series. I don't think that's the play, guys. But keep going.
Number 3. Judgment Day's heat seems going to be halted again. You can't have a returning Edge lose to Finn. Edge also made it clear that his mission is to destroy the faction. So what's the end game here? Looks like this group will be over in the near future.
So he picking Edge.
Sounds like it.
Well, Vegas got them pick 'em buddy, so that means they got equal odds. And Miss Casual fan picked Finn to win.
I sure did.
So for me and Rocky T earlier picked Finn to win. And then Kuzmo picked Finn to win. And didn't Casual Wrestling Kyle pick Finn to win. But I can feel you on Edge, to be honest. I can see Edge winning. Can you?
Yeah, I could. I guess in a way. I mean, it's kind of like equal to me.
It's
It could go either way.
It's 50-50. I mean, Vegas is right about pick 'em. I mean, it's a 50-50 match. All right.
Number 4. MJF won a ladder match at All Out. He holds a giant poker chip that they're treating like a money in the bag. He can cash in that chip anytime for a shot at AEW World Championship, and I hope he wins. It's time for him to be the top guy.
Guess what? We don't watch AEW, but MJF,
hey,
shout out to my boy. I hope he do win. He deserves the belt. How they treating that man?
He's something else, man. I'll tell you that.
He deserves a belt. He deserves a pay raise, and he deserves to come to WWE with it.
I was about to say that too.
Yeah. Couldn't you see Miz versus MJF?
Man,
Ooh.
the mic would be hot.
I want to see him go against Roman on the mic. MJF versus Roman on the mic. That would be.
Talking about crickets.
Ooh.
He's good on the mic. He gets serious.
Bad boy. All right, let's keep going.
All right. 3rd. I'm sorry, 1 second, guys.
Oh, you good. We rocking. That was on like 4th.
I know, it switched over.
You good.
What if the White Rabbit is just Bad Bunny? That's all for today. Thank you until next time.
Jeff for the Philippines. Yeah. Hey, now I'm going to be honest, buddy. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I love it.
I do too.
What would you guys do who's listening to the WWE podcast right now if Bad Bunny was the White Rabbit?
Boy.
I mean, ain't that...
It would make a little sense.
Ain't a bunny a rabbit?
Yeah.
Can't they be white?
Yes. Plenty of them.
Ooh. Do you know that... I think the WWE fans will riot. if you thinking it's going to be...
If all this extra stuff, like barcodes and signs from the production people, I mean, that would be kind of like, man, that sucked. That was a letdown for the universe of WWE.
I'll tell you this. If it's Bad Bunny, WWE done effed up. They have messed up if it's Bad Bunny.
I don't know. He's on a big tour right now.
He is.
I don't think he even has the time, but who knows?
They said he's coming back, though, but I hope it ain't Bad Bunny.
I hope that's not the case.
I'll tell WWE this. If it's anybody but Bray Wyatt, they done effed up.
I don't think so.
They done effed up.
No, I don't think so. I think if they could bring one other person back that...
Outside of Undertaker. We can't...
No, Undertaker's not coming back.
Yeah, no.
I wish. That's
who else could not...
Who could get a pop?
Not Cody.
No, it's too early for Cody.
Who?
I think Randy Orton could be the second opinion.
I don't even think that would be.
I do. It's trying to throw you off too much. Everybody's praying for Bray, and I want it to be Bray too. But I think it's somebody that we've been missing a lot, which is more, and it's Randy Orton. No, everybody's missed him the most.
I ain't knocking Randy, but I still think they let fans down. If you think it's been Bray this whole time and you just get Randy,
I don't think that's a bad thing.
I do.
And then Randy comes in and just turns on Riddle like everybody's been wanting. That sounds like something that Triple H would do.
I ain't mad at you for the answer. And I ain't mad at it.
It just sounds like something he would do to me.
If it ain't Bray Wyatt.
Triple H, he's got that little vindictive side.
If it ain't Bray Wyatt, we ride. If they
You'll
don't
ride, but I'll be happy to see Randy.
If they don't bring back Bray Wyatt and they doing all this crazy crap for the past month or so, I'm pissed. I can say piss, you guys. I'm pissed off if they do that crap.
I wouldn't be so mad if it was Randy, but if it was anybody else, kind of.
Remember when they first started that Edge stuff? Yeah. Everybody like, it's Bray. And then they went on, because they didn't want to let the fans down, they went on to let you know it's Edge.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want people to
yeah,
they didn't want people to get out of pocket.
That was Vince there.
It was Vince. Now, I will say that
We're
Triple
messing
H,
with different people now.
Now, Triple H said that he's doing this for the hardcore fans, but if everybody's saying it's Bray Wyatt, I mean, you do make a good point. Wouldn't that be too easy?
Yes.
What? The casual wrestling crew here.
I don't think when Bray Wyatt comes back, we're going to get any clues.
And I'm saying,
I think they're just going to spring it on you.
The casual wrestling crew right here is saying that if we say it's Bray, and WWE saying it's Bray, and all the fans saying it's Bray, then why are they doing the White Rabbit thing?
Exactly.
My
point.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm saying you have a very, very valid point. It could be Randy. It could be anybody. But if it ain't Bray Wyatt, we ride. I mean, that's bull crap. Y'all shouldn't start that White Rabbit. See, look, I gotta stop. I'm gonna start cursing. They shouldn't do the crap if it ain't Bray Wyatt. Please, Triple H. I think that would be his biggest fumble if he does this crap and it ain't Bray. Straight up.
I mean,
I like Randy.
I mean, it does point to Bray a little bit, just because when he had his little playhouse, he had the rabbit friend.
And just so you guys know, we not into the clues. I haven't been doing the QR codes.
I'm just thinking about what I've just seen this past week or two.
But they talking about that it's different meanings and it's different locations.
Ain't nobody's getting no card or QR code or nothing.
Yeah,
but if y'all have, please write in. I want to hear this.
I don't trust QR codes like that. Yeah, that's how you get spammed. That's how you
That's
get hacked.
true too.
You know, but nevertheless, if it ain't Bray Wyatt, we ride.
Man.
Then we're gonna move on to the last email of the night.
Dun 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 dun.
Woo! And it comes from us from Robert from the WWE Ringside Podcast.
Hey, Rob.
Shout out to the WWE Ringside Podcast. Guess what, buddy? You need to have Mr. and Mrs. Casual Wrestling Fan on your podcast. Hey, we out here booking.
Hey, why not, man?
Let us know.
I'm game.
But guess what? We're going to get to your letter, because guess what, sir? You the tools, and we the one.
Hey, this is Robert from the WWE Ringside Podcast. I have a couple things I want to ask you guys. First, we saw a little tension between Jimmy and Jay this week. Do you think WWE might swerve us and split them up? Sammy could interfere in their match. Jay could blame Sammy, but Jimmy could stand up for Sammy, saying it wasn't his fault. Jay would be the heel.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. We talked about this too in passing.
We did, a lot.
And I agree with you on that I feel like if it is tension, that Jay will be the person put out.
Right.
Because Sammy is taking claymores for the tribal chief.
Yes.
He's helping at every turn. He's the wise man when the wise man's not there. He's the hype man when the hype man's not there. He's the honorary Uso with his own t-shirt. I mean, and if we remember, Jay Uso had a great singles career when Jimmy ACL was gone. You know, when he did the back and forth with Roman. You know what I'm saying? He's sung in there. He became main event Jay Uso. So I think he's a great singles competitor that could branch out on his own one day. So yes, I could totally see them putting Jay out and keeping Sami Zayn, who's taking all the heat. And Jimmy would be. Would Jay be the heel?
Yeah, pretty much the way he's acting.
I mean, but would he be the heel?
Yeah, he'd be the heel.
Is Bloodline a heel?
Over Jimmy?
Is Bloodline a heel group?
They're just a family group.
But are they a heel group? They're supposed to be heel.
I think they're choosy. They choose when they want to be heel and when they want to be.
I agree. I think but they are heel. So technically, Jay would be your babyface, right?
I guess.
If he tried to buck the whole bloodline and they buck him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jay would be the heel. Anyway, keep pushing.
Second, with WWE having its first fight pit match, do you think they will make a gimmick pay-per-view about it? They introduced Elimination Chamber in Hell in a Cell and ended up making a pay-per-view around it. Personally, I don't think it needs to be warranted like HIAC.
Alright, let me hit you in on that one. Now, because he made a good point on this one.
Mm-hmm.
With Triple H running that, I mean, I could see, they trying to get WWE to feel more realistic. And a fight pit match is very similar to a MMA style cage match, except for it ain't octagon, it's squared. It's no ropes. It's all cage, and it's in a pit. They tried, remember Raw Underground, they was trying to fight the fight pit style status, no cage, but just a ring with no ropes. So, I mean, honestly, you own to something. You could have a fight pit gimmick pay-per-view one day. And while we on the shout out to Undertaker, you wouldn't have the Hell in a Cell without the Undertaker.
That's
you wouldn't
right.
have Kane without the Undertaker.
That's right.
You wouldn't have Paul Bearer without the Undertaker.
Nope.
You wouldn't have the Ministry of Darkness without the Undertaker.
That's right.
The Undertaker has really created and kept so many people that we don't even give credit for. So shout out to the Undertaker.
That's my favorite guy. All right. Third, if Wyatt comes back, do you see him as someone that can dethrone Roman? Thanks. Have a great day. Enjoy the pay-per-view this Saturday.
Shout out to Robert from the, let me look at it so I can say it correctly, because I don't want to mess you up. So shout out to Robert from the WWE Ringside Podcast. Now, do we think Bray Wyatt, White Rabbit aka, could come back to dethrone Roman? Short answer, no.
You don't think so?
I mean, let's be honest. People don't like to forget. Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, he won the WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam 2020. He lost it 6 days later in a triple threat match at Payback to Roman. No, I don't think he will come back and beat Roman. I think it'll be another notch in Roman Reigns' belt, as they say. If he does come back, shout out to Bray Wyatt. I think he should come back. And back on my Undertaker rant, we got Buried Alive matches because of Undertaker. We got Inferno matches because of Undertaker. I mean, this man has created so many freaking matches, casket matches because of Undertaker. This man has just created everything.
Exactly why, in the Mrs. Casual Wrestling fans' opinion, he is the GOAT.
Nah, he ain't the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. And we can argue all night on that.
He ain't the GOAT.
Like you said, he created so many doors.
Well, see, now you're going to make me change. See, you guys, I've been drinking, so now I'm going to change. So Vince McMahon created all these matches and did it through Undertaker.
Doesn't it take a successful person to create something?
Don't it take a successful person to create a good character?
I think Undertaker made
Ric Flair created his character. Ric Flair created his character. Undertaker did not create his character.
It takes a true wrestling person to make this character work.
I agree.
So by you saying that, it's just dishonest.
But he didn't create it.
How he
didn't create it.
He was given a name and then he went out there and did it.
They gave
That's
him, gave him the blueprint. They gave him the clothes. They gave him the outline. They showed him it was gonna be. It was supposed to be a Western style type of Undertaker from the old school. That's how he came out. He made it work. I'm not taking nothing from the Undertaker.
Yeah,
I love the Undertaker, but he's not Ric Flair. Ric Flair created that gimmick.
Nobody said he was Ric Flair. I just said simply he's the GOAT.
He's not. Ric Flair's the GOAT.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Ric Flair created his character.
Ric Flair came from a different time of wrestling.
Money. Ric Flair had women. Ric Flair had
money with a D. Had money.
Hey, I ain't shorting him. A lot of wrestlers back then had money. Jake Snake had money.
Undertaker have money.
Hey, shout out to Undertaker for, being there. But I don't, like I said, shout out to Undertaker. I'm not taking nothing from him. But Ric Flair's the GOAT. Hands down.
All right, we'll go all night, guys. I can't keep this up.
You guys got to hear.
You guys can choose who's right or wrong on this one. I love to hear this feedback.
Me.
Yeah, sure. I doubt it. But anyway.
Anyway, so
moving on.
Shout out to everybody. That was our last email.
Thank you for writing in.
So guess what we're gonna do, you guys? We're gonna give you our official picks for Extreme Rules 2022, and we're gonna start off. We're going to go out of order here. We're going to start off with Seth freaking Rollins versus Matt Riddle in the fight pit match.
Woo!
Who you got?
Seth freaking Rollins. What?
Guess what? I got Seth freaking Rollins. And Rollins. I got Seth freaking Rollins. We ride with Rollins. We rolling with Rollins.
That's hilarious.
I've been drinking, no lie.
No tell.
We rolling with Rollins, but guess what? Vegas is riding with Riddle, so that's how that plays out. Next, we're gonna go to Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey.
Ronda.
Who you got?
Ronda.
Who I got?
Ronda.
Who Vegas got?
Ronda.
Liv sucks. Y'all hear that? Liv sucks. I mean,
Ronda's not as good either, but man.
At least Ronda's credible.
Can we please get Liv out of the spotlight?
Hey, y'all. Has Liv beat Becky Lynch?
Has Liv beat Charlotte Flair?
Bianca Belair? Hell, has she even beat what's the girl from? See, I'm gone. What's the girl from Judgment Day?
Rhea?
Has she even beat Rhea?
No.
I mean, come on, y'all.
It's hard to beat Rhea, man.
You know who Liv beat? Leah.
She's not credible.
Shotzi.
Okay. Shotzi's just getting started.
Natalia.
Right.
Come on.
Natalia's just there.
What the other girl? Shayna Baszler.
Oh, man.
What?
I forgot
That's
that.
it? Jobbers. That's what she is, a jobber and has mentality. But I'm going to keep moving. Then we got Bayley versus Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Raw Championship in a ladders match, which is the first one-on-one women's ladder match in WWE history, if you didn't know.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
First
That's
ever.
awesome.
So, who you got?
B&B. Bianca, though.
Bianca Belair. Who I got?
Bianca.
Who does Vegas got?
Bianca.
Guess what, you guys? I know y'all keep betting on Bayley, but you better put your big bucks on Bianca. We're going to keep moving to Karrion Kross versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. Who you got?
I got Drew. I don't know about you.
I got Karrion. I don't know about you, but we know who Vegas got. Karrion Kross. So we split on that, you guys, and we're gonna see who gets strapped up. Next, we got Edge versus Finn Balor in an I Quit match. Miss Casual Wrestling fan, who you got?
I'm going with my Irish Prince,
Hey,
Finn Balor.
Finn to get you in. I done said it all night. Who Vegas got? It's pick 'em. So they say it's a toss up.
Yeah, they
120 each way. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, this is a tough one because Edge should put Finn over, but Finn should put Edge over. Who won the last match? Edge. Who won the match before that? Edge. Edge been on the winning streak. So guess what, you guys? Finn will get you in. Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan going Finn Balor with Miss Casual Wrestling Fan.
Woo.
And that's how we seen it.
Yay.
Now, for the last match, we got Imperium versus the Brawling Brooks and a good old Donnybrook.
Who you got, fella?
Big fella. Imperium.
Oh.
Who you got, little fella?
Imperium.
Who the Vegas got? Imperium. So I guess we're going to win that match.
Imperium.
So, and guess what? Gunther had to do it for all my fans.
My ears.
I'm sorry. Had to do it for my fans out there. So, that's how the Extreme Rules 2022 is lining up.
Woo!
So sorry, no Roman Reigns,
Boo.
no Bloodline,
Boo.
no Sami Zayn,
Aw.
Solo Sikoa on a different level.
Tell me about
Shout
it.
out to Solo.
I'm a huge Sokoa fan.
Love you. He did great work in NXT.
Telling you
but-
guys, watch out for him.
Hey.
Like I told Mr. Casual Wrestling Fan, here in about 7 years, he gonna be something big.
I ain't gonna take
Mark
nothing from him.
my words, everyone who is listening right now.
He young enough.
I'm making the biggest, longest prediction in history on this podcast.
So y'all hear what she said 7 years, so what was that, 2032, 2031? Then if we still here,
He gonna be
you
holding
let-
that belt, I'll tell you that.
Hey, you let us, I hope we got a bigger show than that Dean.
That'd be awesome.
Golly. But anyway, so shout out to everybody who wrote in, DJ Kuzmo, Rocky T. Guess what, buddy? You part of the Casual Wrestling crew now.
Yay.
Shout out to my boy Casual Wrestling Kyle, aka Permafire Kyle, aka New York Kyle. Shout out to him. Who I'm missing? I don't want to go through the emails no more.
Just
Shout out to
everyone in
Robert from the
general.
WWE Ringside Podcast. Shout out to
Kuzmo.
DJ Kuzmo. Shout out to Levi Graham. Shout out to Dennis O'Brien.
Thank
Shout
you.
out to people that didn't write out in Tommy Smith. Shout out to you, buddy. Shout out to Detroit Kyle. Keep doing your thing, man. Shout out to Trash Can, Trash Man, Waste Management, Twitty. Go check out the WTFW podcast.
I know
Shout
he's
out-
listening.
I know he better be. Old punk ass. But just playing, buddy. But shout out to Matt. Shout out to everybody who's listening. And I want everybody to get ready for Extreme Rules. You got Bianca finna go over. You got Finn finna go over. You got, who else going over? You got Ronda going over. You got Karrion going over, which Mr. Catherine disagrees with. But Karrion's going over. You got Imperium going over. So, you got Self going over. So get ready, you guys. I think we're in for a good pay-per-view.
I do too.
And, I know Bloodline ain't going to be there, but guess what, you guys? It's going to be okay. Ain't it?
Yes, it will be.
It will be. So anyway, the next time you'll hear from us will be before Crown Jewel. When we'll be talking about Roman versus whack-ass Logan Paul. And that'll be probably, what is that, October, November? Yeah, I think it's like November 3rd when we coming back. No,
it's
November
that
2nd.
first week of November.
So yeah, it's that first week of November. PLE weeks, we always here. Write in, tell us your predictions, tell us how you feel, tell us your rants. If you hate Roman being champion, you tell us. If you love Roman being champion, you tell us. And we're going to sign off right now, baby. What you got for the guys at home? You want to tell anybody anything before we sign off?
I hope everyone has a great Saturday with watching the pay-per-view or the PLE. And I really appreciate everyone for writing in. It's always a joy to hear everybody's perspective of things, whether we agree or disagree. So you are appreciated. And Matt, thank you always. It's been a pleasure.
There you go. Miss Kaiser Rushfield gave it to you. Miss Kaiser Rushfield's been drinking. I'm feeling good right now, guys. Guess what? We're going to end you like we always end you. You the twos, and we the ones.
Are you a gamer looking for your clan? If you answered yes, there's a place absolutely perfect for you. It's called Clan Finder, online at clanfinder.gg. The website was founded by gamers who were committed to keeping the site updated with the latest titles, adding new features to further assist in advertising your community across the globe, and bringing on gaming studios that want to give back to their players. Helping support charities from around the world, Clan Finder helps gaming communities promote their organizations to fellow gamers who are looking for a place to call home. Long gone are the days when you had to scour forums, stem discussions, and sketchy websites to find a new gaming clan. Go to clanfinder.gg and search for your clan today. Clanfinder.gg.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.